The dining room smelled of burnt toast and regret, the kind that clings to your skin like damp fog. My daughter, Lily, sat across from me, her 16-year-old eyes slicing through the haze of our silent breakfast. Her fork scraped the plate, a jagged sound that set my teeth on edge. "You pushed her away, Dad," she said, her voice low, venomous, each word a shard of glass. "Mom's gone because of you." My coffee mug trembled in my hand, the black liquid sloshing against the rim. I wanted to scream that it wasn't true, that I hadn't driven Ellen to pack a suitcase for a solo vacation and return with a secret swelling beneath her sundress. But the truth was a knot in my throat, and Lily's accusation felt like a blade twisting deeper. The weeks before Ellen's trip had been a slow unraveling. Our marriage wasn't perfect. Whose is? But I thought we were steady. We'd built a life in our cramped Seattle bungalow, with its creaking floors and windows that rattled in the wind. Ellen's laugh used to fill the house, bright as the sun breaking through the city's eternal gray. But lately her smiles had thinned, her gaze drifting past me to some horizon I couldn't see. "I need space," she'd said one night, her voice soft as the rain tapping the roof. "Just a week in Mexico to clear my head." I didn't argue. I trusted her. That was my first mistake. The signs were there, though, weren't they? Her phone, always face down on the counter, buzzing at odd hours. The way she'd linger in the bathroom, the door locked, her voice a muffled hum through the wood. I told myself it was work stress, or maybe she was planning a surprise. I'd always been good at lying to myself. When she came back from Puerto Vallarta, her skin kissed by the sun, I thought she looked radiant. "You're glowing," I said, pulling her into a hug. She stiffened, just for a second, before melting into me. I should have noticed the hesitation, the way her hands didn't quite settle on my back. Lily noticed, though. Kids always do. She'd been distant since Ellen's return, her usual chatter replaced by sullen glares and slammed doors. I thought it was teenage rebellion, nothing more. But that morning at breakfast, her words cut through the fog of my denial. "She's pregnant, Dad," Lily spat, her chair scraping back as she stood. "And it's not yours. How could you not see it?" The room spun, the walls closing in like a trap. Pregnant. The word echoed, a gunshot in my skull. I wanted to laugh it off, to call it absurd, but the truth was in Lily's eyes. Fury, yes, but also pity. She thought I was a fool. I stumbled through the next few days, a ghost in my own home. Ellen was all sweetness, humming as she folded laundry, her hands lingering on the soft cottons of baby clothes she'd started buying just in case. I watched her, searching for cracks in the facade. Was her laugh too bright? Her touch too careful? At night, I lay awake, the mattress a cold expanse between us, replaying every moment of her trip. She'd sent me photos, turquoise waves, a margarita glass sweating in the heat, her silhouette against the sunset. I'd smiled at them, blind to the shadows. Now I wondered who was behind the camera. I couldn't confront her, not yet. Doubt gnawed at me, a termite in the foundation of my trust. What if Lily was wrong? What if it was mine? We'd been trying for another kid years ago, before life got complicated. Maybe Ellen was waiting to tell me, to make it special. But the math didn't add up. Her trip was 3 months ago, and the faint curve of her belly suggested more than a fleeting mistake. I needed proof, something tangible to anchor the storm in my chest. So I became a detective in my own marriage. I checked her phone when she showered, my hands shaking as I scrolled through messages. There was nothing, no strange numbers, no cryptic texts. She covered her tracks, or maybe I was paranoid. I rifled through her suitcase, still unpacked in the closet, the zipper stiff with sand. Tucked in a side pocket was a receipt from a beachside bar, dated the last night of her trip. 2 margaritas, one paid in cash, the other charged to a card that wasn't ours. My stomach churned, but it wasn't enough. Not yet. The tension in the house thickened, a fog that choked us all. Lily stopped speaking to me altogether, her silence louder than her accusations. Ellen, oblivious or pretending to be, planned a nursery in the spare room, her voice bright as she talked about paint colors. "Mint green maybe," she said, holding up a swatch. I nodded, my throat tight, imagining another man's child sleeping in that room. I wanted to grab her, to shake the truth out of her, but fear held me back. What if she admitted it? What if she didn't? The breaking point came on a rainy Thursday, the kind of day that mirrors your soul's worst corners. I'd taken to working late, avoiding the house, but Ellen asked me to pick up Lily from soccer practice. When I pulled up to the field, Lily was already in the car of another parent, her face pressed to the window, eyes red. She didn't want to ride with you, the mom said, her pity stinging worse than Lily's rejection. I drove home alone, the wipers slapping rhythmically, each swipe a countdown to the confrontation I couldn't delay. Ellen was in the kitchen when I got back, chopping vegetables with a precision that felt rehearsed. The knife gleamed under the fluorescent light, and I wondered fleetingly if she could sense the storm brewing. "We need to talk," I said, my voice steady despite the tremor in my chest. She froze, the knife hovering over a carrot. "About what?" she asked, too casual, her eyes flicking to mine and away. "About Mexico," I said. "About the baby." The words were ash in my mouth, but they were out now, no taking them back. Her face crumpled, just for a moment, before she smoothed it into a mask of confusion. "What are you talking about?" she said, but her voice cracked, a hairline fracture in her composure. "Don't lie to me, Ellen." I stepped closer, the counter between us a flimsy barrier. "Lily told me. She knows." "I know." Her hands dropped to her sides, the knife clattering to the counter. For a moment, there was only the rain, drumming against the windows like a pulse. Then she started to cry, soft sobs that shook her shoulders. "It was a mistake," she whispered. "A stupid, drunken mistake." The room tilted, the air too thick to breathe. She told me about him, a bartender, charming, temporary. A night she swore meant nothing. But the baby wasn't a mistake, not anymore. She wanted it, she said, her voice fierce despite the tears. "I love you, Tom, but I'm keeping it. I have to." Each word was a punch, bruising something deep inside me. I wanted to hate her, to walk away, but love is a stubborn thing, tangled in memories of better days. I thought of Lily upstairs, probably listening through the floorboards. She'd blamed me, but now I wondered if she blamed herself, too, for seeing the truth I'd missed. I looked at Ellen, her face streaked with tears, her belly a quiet accusation. "What do we do now?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. The answer came later in the dead of night, when I found a note on the kitchen table. Ellen was gone, her car missing, the nursery half-painted. The note was short, her handwriting shaky. "I need to figure this out. I'm sorry." I sat there until dawn, the paper crumpled in my fist, wondering if I'd pushed her away or if she'd been leaving all along. Lily found me there, her eyes softer now, grief replacing anger. "She'll come back, right?" she asked, her voice small. I wanted to lie, to promise her the family we'd lost, but all I could do was pull her close, the two of us adrift in the wreckage of trust. Somewhere, Ellen was driving into a new life, her secret growing inside her, and I was left with the truth. Betrayal doesn't just break a heart. It fractures a home, and the pieces never fit back together the same.